Queensland and Northern Territory. It's Sunday, the 26th of June, and this is your weather update for the week ahead. Northern Territory is relatively dry and stable for most of the week. This potential rain blob that we could see here over the week arrives next Saturday. So the confidence on that, it's a bit too far out to call with certainty. In Queensland, though, while most of the coastal regions or inland regions are dry, it's down here in the southwest where we're getting multiple troughs and then a front later in the week that could see a cumulative 25 to 50 mils. Really, probably more likely around the 15 to 25 mils for most places in this area. So let's have a daily breakdown of what we're going to see. All right, we're looking here at daily total rainfall on the left and hourly maximum wind gusts here on the right. On Monday, we are going to see down in this southwest corner about 10 to 15 mils fall as a trough moves through and picks up some of that tropical moisture. There's going to be moderate winds as well on that day. So let's go into Tuesday now. You can see that trough intensifies and moves over, delivering anywhere between 5 and 25 mils along that sort of southwest and central parts of Queensland. Let's zoom in on the wind on that day. The winds aren't quite as strong on Tuesday. All right, Wednesday. The trough sort of moves over, but we have a front developing that's going to pick it back up that rainfall on Thursday. So showers a little bit more on Wednesday. And then let's move to Thursday. We can see the front has moved it across slightly more central, but less rainfall. So about 5 to maybe 15 mils for most of that region is possible. I think we're unlikely to see this 15 to 25. Let's zoom through. I think it's Wednesday. We have again strong winds, and Thursday lighter winds, definitely. And then finally Friday, you can see both of the states, Northern Territory and Queensland, have dried up. Maybe some light showers, but it's Saturday where the fun, interesting weather in the south of Northern Territory arrives. Possibility of 15 to 25 mils of rain, probably more likely in the 5 to 15 mils for most areas. But again, that's quite far away. We'll have a look at the confidence around that when we get into our area by area breakdown. Let's just quickly zoom through the wind, check there's nothing else on the horizon. No. Pretty steady winds throughout the week. Nothing crazy, but definitely strong enough to get some mixing through the atmosphere to lower that fog risk and maybe change some spraying conditions throughout the week. So let's have a look at our Jane's Weather Pro version to understand the certainty. All right, I want to start off in Alice Springs because it's a bit more of a consistent story. We have these light showers possible, 3 mils on Monday. If I look though at the models, the Canadian model's not showing anything. The US model's maybe 1 mil, the Australian 0.1. So there's not a lot of confidence in that rainfall arriving on Monday. Just a possibility of a shower. It's down here on the Saturday that I want to look at though. 9 mils is what our forecast is showing. 4 to 13 is the range of confidence there. Good fog risk on that day. Okay, so there's consistency that all models here are showing that rainfall is arriving. They're showing different intensities and as well different timings. That's not surprising. You are unlikely to get a better forecast this far in advance for a system like that. So what we can say is that Saturday we're likely to receive rainfall down in that south. As to how much it will be or when will it arrive, we can't say anything. What we can sort of say a little bit more is for that southwest Queensland scenario. And I've pulled up 2 different areas just to show you that the story for these systems is that there's definitely moderate rainfall potential, but where it lands is going to really change the game for how much you actually receive. So I've got Cunnamulla here on this tab, and then the next one is Durham. So Durham's a little bit more west, Cunnamulla a little bit further into the central regions. Cunnamulla, you can see Monday almost nothing, whereas Durham, it's 12 mils, so it's more intense on the Monday. Then it lightens off throughout the week, whereas it intensifies further in Cunnamulla as the week goes on. And that's because the trough system arriving on the Monday, Tuesday is a little bit further west. The frontal system's arriving a bit later, a bit further center and east. So what we can see is that all of them have this potential of like 0 to 15 mils. Oh, we've even got 3 to 25 mils for Cunnamulla on Thursday. It's just sort of where it falls and how much it is really what's going to change. And I don't think the forecast is necessarily going to be able to capture that with more certainty as time goes on. I really think it's just where this system lets loose, if you will. What we will have a quick look at though at Durham is just some other parts. It's that fog risk is relatively high on Tuesday, but it drops back off as winds pick up throughout the week. Okay, so there is, to reiterate, there is rainfall coming for the south of Queensland, but when and where that hits, yeah, we're just going to have to wait and see for that. All right. We'll see you next week. Hopefully it lands in your favor, whichever way you want it. And yeah, have a good one. Bye.